Hey guys, it's time for Beer with Brad number 3, and it's late at night. I just set up 2 hammocks, 1 tarp set up for a couple that's coming out to spend the weekend at Bushcraft Ridge. They're supposed to get in later tonight, stay tonight and tomorrow night, and thought camp's all set up, just waiting on them. Why not shoot a video? And this is the perfect one. So during the last Beer with Brad, we had TailGate Brewery's Peanut Butter Stout. This is TailGate Brewery's Imperial Peanut Butter Stout. Peanut Butter Milk Stout. And this is 9.5, I believe, 9.8, something like that. It's really dark out here. I can't see anything. The light is blinding me, so I don't even know if I'm going to post this. But let's crack this guy open. See what we got. Okay, so the smell in this one is actually strong enough to overpower that can smell that I don't like. So that's, I mean, we're off to a good start here. Oh man. Oh. TailGate Brewery Imperial Peanut Butter Milk Stout. Literally 15 minutes down the road. I stopped on the way here and grabbed this. They come in a 4-pack. I think this was $16 for the 4-pack. So $4 for this 16-ounce can. That was after tax and everything. Wow. Wow, that's delicious. The peanut butter taste is a little stronger in this one, and it probably has to be to cover up the higher alcohol, the higher ABV. But I still like it. It's more peanut buttery, and that's what used to turn me off about this this particular beer, is I didn't like that it was a peanut butter milk stout. I mean, I was like, oh, that's gimmicky. But the regular one, the regular peanut butter milk stout, in the can, I don't care for it that much. I mean, it's not bad. It's much better on tap. And then, because it has that aluminum can beer taste. This one doesn't. It doesn't have the, maybe because it's fresher. I bet these they don't make these as often. This is probably seasonal. It says our most popular beer and more of it. So I guess peanut butter milk stout is their, like, what do you call it? Flagship beer. Man, been out here working on this new spot for probably about, what time did I get out here? I probably got out here about 4:30. It's a little after 7. Almost 3 hours. It gets dark under the trees much quicker. I'm looking up at the sky. It's still light at the top of the ridge. Probably still got some light up there. Down here deep in the holler, gets dark much quicker. Let's see if I can kick back and get comfortable here and still stay in the camera. Oh, I'm grabbing the wrong hammock. Alright. There we go. Well, you can't see me at all now. What if I turn this way? And I'm completely in the dark. Okay, that's fine. I'll sit right here on the edge. Doesn't matter. So what's been going on this week? I broke 100 subscribers. So I think I'm at like 102, 103, something like that. I got tagged in 2 videos that probably put me over the top. I think I was at like 94-ish, 95-ish. And then at the beginning of the week I got tagged in 2 videos. So I'll make those tag videos in response. One is what type of protection do you take camping with you? And you guys have seen in the last Beer with Brad, episode 2 or number 2 or whatever I'm calling them, I showed my Smith & Wesson Sigma series, the 40 caliber, the SW40VE or whatever the things are on that. I came from work today, so I'm in jeans and my pistol's in the truck, but I do have another weapon that I would like to show in that tag video. The what do you carry for protection when you go bushcrafting, you know, from animals or whatever. So I have another weapon that I'm going to show, and I don't want to spoil it, so you'll have to wait. And then the other tag video was, what comfort items do you take with you? And I'll respond to that one in a different video also. And then instead of tagging 3 specific channels, I will let you tag yourselves, and then I'll post your link in the description of those videos or something like that. Just I don't want to, I know you guys are busy, and I don't want to put something on you if you're not ready for it. Let's see, what else? Well, in one of the videos I talked about I was going to do a giveaway once I got to 100 subscribers. And so instead of saying like you have to share a video and then click this and post here and comment here, I'm just going to do the giveaway to somebody who has been... There are a couple of people I'm friends with here on YouTube that we comment on all of each other's videos. Like, I watch all of their videos and comment, and then they always watch my videos and comment. And it's important to have those types of friends on YouTube. I think I talked a little bit in the last video about how YouTube is a modern day discourse community, or it's where discourse communities happen now. This is where people share knowledge. It's where people come together in cyberspace, electronically, whatever you want to call it, to share knowledge. Whereas before, you would have to be in person, or you would have to join a club, or like at a college, you would be at a specific college, and you would have your discourse community that talked about different things, and passed on old knowledge, discovered new knowledge, rediscovered lost knowledge, shared knowledge, and that's how knowledge was passed on through these discourse communities. And it still happens today too, but I think YouTube is the most effective modern day discourse community, even more so than colleges for certain things. I could go on YouTube right now and learn almost anything I want to learn. If you have the aptitude for it, the teacher is out there, the community is out there, the supporters are out there. Anyway, I digress. This is a pretty strong beer. It's hitting me pretty quickly. Man, that's good. And you know what? I bet you can't get this anywhere but at the distillery, at the brewery. I bet they don't distribute this one. You can get the regular peanut butter milk stout at like Kroger has it, but this one I don't know where you can get it. You can get it 15 minutes from Bushcraft Ridge. Anyways, if you're still with me and you're watching this one, there are about 4 or 5 people who, like I was saying, watch and comment on most of my videos. And the giveaway is for the Bushcraft Ridge patch. Not the hat. You can buy any hat to put it on, or you can just stick it on your gear. And I don't know if you can see that in the light, but I think I have a different video where I show the Bushcraft Ridge patches. And they're pretty cool. You can put them on a hat, put them on your gear. And I've already sent one to Kirk Hermery, or Hermery. Brother, I'm sorry if I'm butchering your name. I think the next one I'm going to send out is to... How about Paddle Camp Fish? I think that's the order of the words. This guy's in Florida. He loves kayaking. He's got some land down there that his wife has never been to, just like my wife has never been to this land. That's a lie. I forced her to come out here like one time, just to say she's been out here. But Paddle Camp Fish, I can't think of his name, just like you guys probably just called me Bushcraft Ridge, even though that's the name of the business and the land. My name is Brad. Hopefully you guys will get that in A Beer with Brad. Paddle Camp Fish, brother, I've called you by name before and I can't remember it, but go on the bushcraftridge.com website, go to the Contact Us page, and fill out the little contact form to email me and give me your name and address, and I'll get one of these patches in the mail to you. Anybody else who knows Paddle Camp Fish, just in case he doesn't see this video or he doesn't get to this part in the video, if you don't mind, let him know that I called him out in the giveaway and that he needs to contact me through the bushcraftridge.com website on the Contact Us form and send me his name and address so I can get him a patch in the mail. Anyone who stays at Bushcraft Ridge gets one of these patches. And it's just, I'm going to take it off and not be able to get it back on straight. But it's just a, in the Army we called them morale patches. It's the size of the American flag patch, 2 inches by 3 inches. You can get one of these Rothko hats for like, with the Velcro on the front. They're called operator hats. Just search Amazon. Actually, if you go to my Amazon influencer page, which I have, you can find those there, and I'll get 10% of whatever sells off of there, I guess. And then also the other way, so there are a couple of ways to get this patch. I don't know, I haven't made a big deal out of it yet, but I actually founded, I'm saying a lot because I didn't even think about what I wanted to say during this, so I apologize. I founded a non-profit organization called the Bushcraft Ridge Foundation. Many of you guys know that I'm a combat veteran with service-related disability. So I just got a text from the guy who's coming up. I think they're coming from Alabama. Yep. So he said he's going to get here late. I said, that's fine. I said, make sure he had flashlights. He said, top of the line and lanterns. I love squatting in the woods. I'm just going to tell him that camp is all set up and ready for him. Set up and ready. It's really nice out here too, like the temperature cooled off. Alright, I'll just let him know that. Man, this beer's good. I'm probably going to have 2 of them and sleep it off in this hammock and Febreze it before he gets here. I'm just kidding. Where were we? Bushcraft Ridge Foundation. It's a non-profit organization that donates money to the Wounded Warrior Foundation. Specifically, Project Odyssey. If you guys don't know what Project Odyssey is, go online and check it out. So the Wounded Warrior funds a program called Project Odyssey, which takes disabled veterans and veterans with PTSD into the wilderness to re-energize, to get away from society, to get away from their stress, and experience new environments. So there was a book published called The 3-Day Effect, and it actually mentions Project Odyssey, and it's how I found out about it. That 3 days in the wilderness away from your normal life resets the way your brain thinks and decompresses all of the stress you have built up. So the science behind that, they actually do like neuroscience throughout the book. But the science behind it is apparently your working memory is 3 days. And I'm paraphrasing and I'm remembering the book from reading it months ago. The 3-Day Effect. So your working memory is apparently 3 days long. That's everything you store in short-term working memory before shoving it into long-term. So to clear that cache, to use some modern computer speak, something maybe one of my kids would say, to clear that cache, you get away from modern life. You get into the wilderness, you get into nature, and it resets the way your brain thinks. And that's essentially what the book's about. It's about going, like, one of them does, they actually go glamping, but still, one of the groups goes glamping, one of the groups goes white water rafting, and another one of the groups does something else. The three different groups, one of them are veterans with PTSD, combat veterans with PTSD, which is very close to my heart, and that's why I choose to donate the proceeds from Bushcraft Ridge to Project Odyssey. Another group was battered women, so they take women who had been sex trafficked or on the street and hooking for like since they were 12, and then they do the 3 days in the wilderness with them. And then the other group is some like stressed out inner city New York people. One's like an art critic or something like that. But anyways, this is a cool book. I'll put a link in the description below if I remember to. If not, use my influencer link to get to Amazon. Search for it, and I think I get 10%. I'm not sure. It supports what I'm doing here. And again, I got off topic. I was telling you the ways you can get one of these patches. The main way is to come camp at Bushcraft Ridge. You come camp at Bushcraft Ridge, you get a patch. Basic package, $25 per person per night. I show up, I unlock the easement, I show you where Bushcraft Ridge is, we walk back into the wilderness, and you do your thing. $25 per person per night. If you want this setup when you get here, hammock, tarp, $50 per person per night. So this setup is for two. It's a guy and his girlfriend, and this is the two-person tarp and hammock hang if you're close enough to do under one tarp. If you're not, everybody gets their own tarp and their own hammock. If you have a larger group, I can spread you out throughout the 10 acres. $100 per person per night. I set up the tarp and hammock, and I give you all the gear that you need, like fire starter, knife, hatchet, saw, and I say give you. I let you borrow my gear. I pack a bag for you, 100 per person per night. Each person gets a bag with the full gear that they need to camp, essentially. And then 150 per person per night. I actually stay with you and teach you everything. So I don't just come back and throw this up, and then when you get here I take off. I actually stay with you. I teach you how to do this setup. And again, this isn't for like experienced bushcrafters, right? Like, I understand there are guys with way higher level bushcraft knowledge than me. This is for people that want a specific experience. They want to feel like they're primitive camping. They want to get away. They don't want to have to worry about doing anything themselves, but they want the experience. All right? I'm not teaching wilderness survival and tracking skills. This isn't the Pathfinder school. This is just recreational bushcraft for people that want to dabble and play. And then, what was I talking about? How to get this patch. Number one, come out here and camping. One package I forgot. That was the 150 package, right? Where I stay with you. There's a day camp package where you drop your kid off, and I teach them how to do all this stuff. $100 per person per day. You can stay with your child also. You and your kid, or you and your two kids. If you got two kids, I'll do buy one get one free or something. I don't know. $100 for the first kid, $50 for each additional of your personal children, if you're back here with us. If it's daddy daycare, it's $100 per kid, because it's like a 6-hour day. I show them basic knot tying. I show them how to do the hammocks. I show them how to do the tarps. show them how to do some basic knife skills, hatchet safety, sawing. We do some tree identification. We build a fire. We do some cooking. And it covers my expenses and my time. That's basically all it is. And that's really all the packages that I have on sale right now. They're at the website, bushcraftridge.com. There's like camp packages, book now, bushcraft gear, where I just have different blog articles about different stuff. Yeah, so check out the website. Back to the patches. There are 3 ways to get this patch as of right now. Everybody who stays out here gets a patch. Alright? Regardless of what package you get a patch. When I do these drawings and giveaways, like Kirk Hermery got one up in Canada, Paddle Camp Fish is going to get one down in Florida, and maybe I'll do them at like each, I don't know, this is my 100 subscribers, maybe I'll do one at every, let's say I do one at every 100 subscribers, and the people that get them are the people that are always commenting on my videos. So really, right now, there are 4 or 5 people that could have gotten this one. Paddle Camp Fish has just been really engaged and involved lately, and that's what I'm here for. I'm not just producing content. I'm engaging with the community, and that's what I want to do. So comment on my videos, talk to me. I respond to every single comment. If I don't, it's because I missed it. What's the 3rd way? Come to Bushcraft Ridge, comment on all my videos, and get picked in the 200 subscriber video. So there's a donation button on the Bushcraft Ridge website. That specific donation button is not, that's to donate to Bushcraft Ridge to help our operations and to help us get set up. That's not the Bushcraft Ridge Foundation. That's separate. I'm still working out how the foundation is going to function, and then how the funds are going to stay separate from Bushcraft Ridge. There are some legal things there where you can't mingle funds when you have a for-profit business and a non-profit organization. So I have to get my finances straight first, and that's hard because I bought this land this year and all the gear to start up. But let me see if I can lay back again. Let's see what happens. Oh, I'm gone. Oh, would you guys keep watching if I just fell asleep? I'm never going to get to the end of this. The donation button. So on bushcraftridge.com, there's a tab at the top that says donate. And if you click on it, you can select like 25, 50, or 100, and then quantity 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I think like if you select $25 and quantity 5, you're donating $125. If you click 100 and click quantity 10, you're donating $1,000. Hey, I tried my best to set it up, all right? We've had a couple of donations come in that way, specifically to the cause, to help with buying gear, stuff like that, to help with the mortgage on the land. So everyone who donates at least $25, the minimum thing on that donate button, it gets a patch. So if you go on there, it's essentially you're saying, hey Brad, here's $25. We love what you're doing. Keep it up. All right? That's what that donate button is for. That specifically is not the Bushcraft Ridge Foundation nonprofit donation. All right? I'm still working that out. I think the Bushcraft Ridge Foundation is going to offer something, maybe like a little something for every donation or donation tiers, and then you get time at the land, but all of those proceeds go to the Wounded Warrior Fund initially, and then we're going to work out something with Nashville and the inner city youth, and then where they come out, you know, and have time on the ridge, and then the women's shelter. So those things are coming in the future. It's bigger than what it is now, but I work a full-time job. I have a wife and 3 kids. I have a limited amount of time where I can do this stuff. So just know that I have big ideas and not all the time in the world to do them. So every little bit helps. You use my links to get to Amazon and buy something and I get 10% of whatever you bought. That helps. You visit the advertisers who advertise on my website. It helps. You come out here and camp and buy one of the packages. It helps. You click the donate button. You send $25, $50, $100, whatever your economic status allows. It helps. And not just us, but our end goal of having a nonprofit organization that helps veterans with PTSD, specifically through Project Odyssey. Ooh, it's warmed up a little bit. That taste was a little boozy. Garage Workouts. Go check that dude out, man. I love that guy. He lifts like a beast. He's one of my friends from when I had a powerlifting channel, and we recently reconnected. He usually does a beer review at the end of every workout, and he's a good dude, man. So check him out. Just waving off all the bugs. You guys think I'm crazy? Oh my goodness. So man, it's still like 2 hours before those people are going to get here. I wish I had more daylight. I would shoot a longer video, or I didn't know how I was going to set this camp up. I don't know if you can see behind me, but if you remember, if you check out the video, 2 hammocks, 1 tarp. And by the way, that was not a reference to 2 girls, 1 cup. So whoever posted that, that is not what I was going for. I was out in the woods camping with my middle son, okay? I was not going for 2 girls, 1 cup. When I said 2 hammocks, 1 tarp. I see where you could have thought that, though. So, you're forgiven. But do you see the branch I cut back there? I think you can. So I have the tarp flown on 3 sides. I have the tarp flown that side, I have the tarp flown that side, and then that side, I have it out to a tree, but it's down a little bit more, just to give some runoff. But it's been really, really warm. It's supposed to be like 95, 96 during the day this week. And if you set up your tarp, even at night, all right? So if you set up your tarp with it like going to the ground, it's going to retain all of that heat. So on hot nights, you need to fly your tarp as much as you can. You need as much airflow in here as possible. I actually made that mistake before. I was always doing the same hammock and tarp setup just because I got used to it. So it would always just go straight to the ground. I would hang my hammock, I would hang my ridge line, and then I would stake my tarp straight into the ground. No airflow. And one night, I started suffering from heat exhaustion. I didn't realize what was going on. I was exhausted, confused. I started throwing up, and then I was like, man, this tarp is reflecting this heat straight back down into me. This isn't a reflective tarp. This is just an OD green parachute material tarp, but it still retains heat. And it was hot during the day. My body heat was going up, coming straight back down, and then just staying. So I learned my lesson, and hopefully you will learn from me too. If it is hot during the summer, if you don't have to have a blanket or a sleeping bag or an underquilt while you're sleeping in a hammock, if it's that time of year, fly your tarp as much as possible. And that just means have it up, not down into the ground. And if you watch that video, you'll see how I did it. But essentially, you get a limb like that. That one's about 7 feet tall. We're on a slope, that's why it looks even taller probably. But that one's about 7 feet tall. And then you just take your guy line to the top of it and then down into the ground. And you put it on an angle, whatever angle you want it, to make your tarp go at the angle you need it to. And then so if it started raining and coming in that side, I could lower, without having to redo the guy line, I could change the angle of the leg, the tree limb or whatever, and lower the tarp down a little bit. I might have to move my, what's that knot called? Guy line hitch? Taut line hitch. Man, this beer's good. So you might have to move your taut line hitch, but you don't have to like restake or anything like that. You can just drop it down. And if you need to go all the way to the ground with it, you just remove that. And that's just the guy line is wrapped around it once and then to the ground. You take that out and then tighten your guy line all the way, and that'll go straight down. Just depends on the weather conditions. I'm trying to think if I received any other questions this week, or since my last beer with Brad. I think I did, and I just don't know what they are. I don't remember them. If you do have a question, leave it in the comments below. I may or may not remember it the next time I do a beer with Brad in the hammock. It doesn't have to be in the hammock. I guess I could do them elsewhere too. It seems like there was a very specific question that I was going to address, and I just don't remember what it was. This is a delicious beer. If you do ever make it to Nashville, check out TailGate Brewery. I actually asked them if this was on tap, that I could try it, and it wasn't. They didn't have it on tap, so it was only in the 16-ounce cans. And it was a good choice. Alright guys, that's all of it. I highly recommend it. I don't know how long this has been. I don't know if it's the same length as the other ones or not. But that's my wife. Ugh, it's almost 10 o'clock. It's 7:30. We have this joke that, well, we have this joke. I was really tired earlier this week from work, and I came home, and I don't know if I looked at the clock wrong or whatever, and I said, I told my wife, I was like, it's almost 10 o'clock, I'm going to go to bed. And I went to bed and went to sleep. So it was a little after 7 when I said that. And now she makes fun of me and says, well, we both do. That's our new joke, is if we look at the clock and it's like after 7 p.m., 7:05, 7:10, 7:30, we say, well, at least it's almost 10 o'clock. All right, guys, I'm going to let you go. Comment, let Paddle Camp Fish know that I called his name as the person who's going to get this awesome patch. And subscribe, share, like, comment, do whatever everybody always says in YouTube videos. And I'll see you on the ridge.